Hi everyone, this is Brant again, and today we're going to be going over how to install Fuel PHP in our lab environments. This is for Lab 7. I'm sorry I've been a little bit behind on getting these videos out, but hopefully this one helps you get Fuel installed if you haven't gotten it installed yet. And then in the next video we will go over the basic templating setup in Fuel, and we'll go over how to set up things for your next assignment. So this video should be really quick. Quick instructions on how to do and set up Fuel and how to get it installed. You can use most of the commands from the lab page to get this to work. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste these in. So I'm in my home directory in the lab. I also have it mounted over SSH to my Mac so that you can actually see the file system, if that helps you, if you're more visual and the terminal is not visual enough for you. So first things first, we're going to download this Fuel PHP tar file. I just copied this wget command from the recitation page, and that should just download it there. And it stuffs it in this file called 42. I don't know if it shows up on here yet. This thing is usually a little bit slow. There it is, 42. But 42 is actually a tar file, so we can untar it using tar-xvf 42. Sorry, my battery is kind of jacked up. There we go. Okay, I actually think it's a zip file, so we're going to unzip it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then I'll just remove the old 42 file just to get rid of it. And so now we should have this Fuel PHP 1.8.2 right here. Inside of it, if we can get inside of it, we've got a public directory, we've got a Fuel directory. We're going to go ahead and copy this Fuel directory into our home. Oh, crap. Here we go. So we're copying the contents of this directory up into our home directory, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to copy and paste that command. It might take a second because it's copying all those files. And then inside of our CT310 local HTML, inside of this local HTML, we're going to make a CT310 directory. So I'm just copying that command off of the lab page. And then we're going to copy the contents of Fuel PHP public. This one right here, we're going to copy the contents of that into 310. And I'm going pretty quick because all these commands are available to you on the lab page. So this copy Fuel public star right there. And so now we should have inside of our home directory, if you can see this, I have a Fuel directory. It's got app, core, packages, and vendor, and I copied that from right here. And then we should have a CT310 inside of our local HTML, and that should have the contents of the public directory. So let's just check that, double check that. There you go. See, it takes a second for this to update because this is going over SSH. So today I'm not using CyberDuck, I'm using a different tool. And that's just because I thought that this other tool would be easier, but we will see. For the next lab, I think it will be better, but we'll see. So now we have all those directories in the right spot. Sorry, I keep swiping back, which is not what I mean to do. We have all the directories in the right spot, so we want to set up their permissions. We'll go ahead and do that. Using chmod-r is a recursive command, so everything inside of Fuel and everything inside of local HTML CT310 will be set to 755. Now, I have just realized I'm not on campus, so I got to connect to the campus Wi-Fi so I can look at my local HTML. So I'm using a VPN here. If you want to do this VPN, I think I posted instructions on Piazza, a link to the ACNS page. But you have to set up a couple of accounts to do two-factor authentication and stuff like that. But it is useful if you want to test your local HTML from home. So I'm just verifying this on my phone right now. Make sure that it connects, and it does. So now I am on the campus internet. So now we should be able to go to the local HTML directory for my thing. The only thing is We still have to edit and correct the paths. So here we have our index.php inside of our CT310. Let's go ahead and open that file. And now what I want, if I can get these both open, that would be perfect. Tile right, tile left. I want these paths, the app path, package path, and core path, to point to my fuel directory, which is in my home. So what I'm going to do is a dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot. So now I'm going up out of my CT310 directory, up out of my local HTML, and over to fuel. So if you ever set something up, if you ever need to set this up again, or you want to make another fuel project with a different URL, you can go ahead and copy these files into a new directory, and then you just need to correct these pathing, and then you can see you'll be able to reach it by going to HTTPS CS call state. So that's this takes me to my local HTML, right? So then inside of local HTML, I want to go inside of CT310. Then inside of CT310, I want to go to index, because that's where this index PHP resides. So let's see if this works. There we go. So this is my fuel default homepage. So fuel is set up properly. Now I'm going to show you one more trick before we end this video. So what I was telling you is that inside CT310, if I were to create another directory, let's say, probably better if I just do this in the terminal. So in here, if I were to make a directory called fuel views, let's say, and this is something we'll do for the next assignment, then I could copy assets into there, into fuel views. And I would want to copy my favicon or whatever. That's a little icon that pops up next to the title on the web page. Index into fuel views, and copy web config in there. And then if I, hopefully this will refresh. There we go. Hopefully that will refresh too. So now I have another index file, so let's open that with Visual Studio. So I've created a new directory that's underneath my old one, right? So let's see. So I have fuel views inside of 310, which is inside of my home directory. So I'd have to correct the pathing again, which I could do like this. I just basically moving it up one more directory. So now if I were to go to fuel views / index, that'll take me to, I have to update the permissions on that. So every time you do this stuff in your local HTML, the permissions have to be updated, right? Okay, let's try this again. Come on, come on. Okay, let's see where our permissions are. Okay, fuel views, inside of fuel views. Everything should be updated. Let's just make sure that. There we go. Okay, so the permissions took a second to update. So now I have 310 fuel views / index. And in the next thing, we'll be going over controllers and templating, and that will give you the rest of this pass that you'll need for your assignment. All right, so thank you for